Hello, in this video I'd like to show you this light switch control I have built. It sits on top of a normal light switch like this and goes through there, and when you click your fingers this little rod here will flick the switch. So it's got a microphone, you can see here, hooked up to some electronics. The servos will flick the switch like that when it's not supposed to, and then we've got a battery at the bottom which will power it all. So I'd like to take you through the design, how I designed it, then look at actually how I put it all together and built it, and finally I will stick it on a light switch and see if it actually works. So let's get started. Right, so I have open here Fusion 360, which is what I did my CAD in, and as you might imagine I started with a light switch. And on top of this, first of all I thought I want these little rods in place, and really the whole point is that they rotate and flick the switch, and everything else around it really just facilitates that. So they're in the right place there, and then I thought, well, I'll add the servos in, and they're going to allow the rotations. They actually do the mechanical movement, and they fit in either side like this. Now, just because they're floating in mid-air at the minute, obviously I need something to hold them in place, and so I built this base plate, which you can see, and that actually has cutouts for the servos built into it like this, and then also has holes around the light switch so that it can fit in. It actually uses these screws as well for the light switch itself, so if you undo the light switch screws, put the base plate on and then screw back through, that's what holds it all in place. And then finally around the outside I've got these little holes which just allow me to put these add-on modules on, like one for the battery holder, which you can see up there, and another one for the electronics, which will go down here, and then actually a third one I used for the microphone. So that's the design. Now let's look into how I built it. So on the table here I've got all my different bits put together. I've got my base plate, which I've got there, and these extra little modules which bolt on the outside. I've got a microphone, servos, battery holder, and then the electronics here as well, which is basically an Arduino with a voltage regulator and a little power socket. And there's not that much else going on there except some horrible soldering, which I'll hide from you. So I'm going to show you a little montage now of me putting it all together. Right, so that's it built, that's the finished thing all with us here, ready and raring. So the last thing to do is to put it on a light switch and see how it works. So let's do that. Okay, so there we have it. It's all finished, and it actually came out pretty much as I designed, which is quite a nice surprise. Now, is it completely impractical? Yes, of course it is. And will I use it? No, it'll be really annoying. But it was still really good fun to design, build, and to video. Speaking on that, if you enjoyed this video, I've never actually done a project video like this before, so if you enjoyed it, let me know. If you didn't, also let me know anything you'd like to improve or see again. That'd be great, and just to hear your thoughts in the comments. So if you'd like to know more about this project, I've actually written up an article with all things like the code I've put on the Arduino, the 3D print files, and some of the problems which I came across along the way, which I excluded from this video to make it look more professional than it actually is. So if you'd like that, I'll put a link in the description for that. And apart from that, I think that's me pretty much done. So I'm glad you watched, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Cheers.